2-1 and 2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, here's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 180! Number 53, Mike 53.
This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now Foreman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Here we go. 180!
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
The first carry for C.J. Prosise, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 and the 34. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Brings up second and 8 at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 28.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third down.
Here we go. 180! 53, Mike. 21. Block!
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 10-yard line.
Big completion there on 3rd and short. Keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me. I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
Tight go.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Broncos 7,
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw it is Locke. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Five.
On 1st down, Locke. The completion to Riddick. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. You think back to 2018, many people thought it would be Royce Freeman taking over as the lead back in Denver. Spent a 3rd-round pick on him, but it was Phillip Lindsay who would be in the catbird seat as the #1 running back. But still for Freeman, not a bad rookie campaign, 521 yards and 5 touchdowns as the backup.
Hey, exit. 36 to Mike. We got to get the ball. See, get the ball right here. Let's go.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Intended that time for Cooper. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Lambo on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score, Jaguars 14, Broncos 0. Josh Lambo, the kickoff for...
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go.
32-yard line.
Set up.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
High 7. Shoot.
Block will try again on 2nd down. He finds Riddick, complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Here's Locke to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
At their own 48-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Here we go,
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that 21.
Garoppolo. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go. 180!
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through. So there you go, partner. How about that?
Oh, that was pretty cool.
That will tie the all-time record set by Matt Prater of the Broncos back in 2013.
And you know when Prater hit from 64? That was like breaking DiMaggio's streak or breaking the 4-minute mile of Bannister. Tom Dempsey, 63. That was a legendary number. So to top that here, even if it just ties the record, pretty darn awesome.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, orbit. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. I got him. Check. Ready.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Rush in.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Yannick Ngakoue picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
It's fielded at the 45. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Check 53's Mike. Watch the run.
On 1st down, Drake. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. Number 53, Mike 53. Hey, I'm coming. 13. I got this. 53, Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak. Alert 3. Slam.
This is Freeman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Now Locke. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Quick six. That's what they call it.
He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready, set.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wahoo! 54.
On 2nd and 7. Locke. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Denver. 47 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Right, we get slap happy up here sometimes. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Steve 6. 36 to Mike. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. Shoot.
Locked again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
36 to Mike.
On 3rd down, Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Come on, QB, come on. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Jack. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3. Wide. Get wide. Look at me. Go. Let's go.
They'll try and run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead now down to 20. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go!
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Left, watch left. Deep. Check 45 is the mic. Check 45.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep left side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain there of 30 big ones. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. Keelan Cole, the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Ready. 50, plant.
Ricky.
80 weapon. Hey, Haywood. Let's go.
Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. He'll buy some time right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Hey, gun.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Mike 36. Watch the backer.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. Got a man open, it's Sutton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Set. 10-2 soft. Look at me. Zipper. He's coming in. Hey, Charlie. 5.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And now here is another interception. Picked picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
McManus's point after is good, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Here we go, here we go.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Show it up. Show it up.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he hits Drake. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 11 now. Locke. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Taking it about the 16. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. It's complete to Drake. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Ringo.
White.
Check the backer.
Out of the gun, here's Procise. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
White. Hey, alert.
Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambo to add on the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. And Lambo now, after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Got it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go, go.
Line 36. Line 36. Let's go one more.
Big grip, big grip.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Finds his rookie first-rounder. It's Noah Fant. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 43 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Yes, yes.
Mike 5-4. Pick me up. Here we go. Hey, watch.
Buzz, buzz.
54.
Go.
On 1st down, Locke. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
Ready.
After the sack on 1st down, Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down, take the completion, keep moving.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
21, 21.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Adam Gotsis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Garoppolo. The open man is Shark. It's complete. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
A gain of 18 on the play.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Who that? Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
From the 39, Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Drake. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, gun.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come out here in the eye. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. A carry for Foreman. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Mike 53. All day, dog.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? To throw is Garoppolo. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Lambeau is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Down.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Locke in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Throwing now is Locke. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The former All-Pro Marcell Dareus picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now Drake. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Garoppolo. And able to find Conley. Touchdown, Jaguars. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the Jags grab it. And now he's got him at a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here's Locke. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Theo Riddick there, and it's third down.
Come on, set. 10-2
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
36. Come on, baby. Come on, go.
Throwing his Lock on third down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. 180.
53 is the mic. Hey.
49. 11.
Check 49.
They'll run on first down. It's Drake, and he's going to get this one down to the 45. Leighton Vander Esch, third in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back.
Right back to Drake. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He lost two there, and it's third down.
Here we go. 80.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
On third down, Drake. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jaguars, It'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.